Hello everyone, so today we're gonna talk about step 2, so notify. Last time we talked about the GW alert, when we're gonna observe in GROMA which type of alert, and today we're gonna show how to notify the telescopes and how to produce the plan. So first I would like to come back about the gravitational wave area. So here you have, for example, the sky, and LIGO Virgo gives a 90% credible area here in black. A 90% credible area or 90% credible region of the sky map is the fact that in this area over the sky there is 90% of chance that the source is located within this region, and there is 10% of the chance that the source is finally not in this region. So 90% area means that there is a contour that defines the 90% of chance that the source is within this area. 50% credible region for the sky map. It means that there is 50% of the chance that the source is within this area and 50% outside. Okay, so the sky map is just like the area of the sky delimited by a certain confidence number. So remember at the last courses, so we said that we're gonna observe with GROMA for BNS and SBH events when the event is located below 200 megaparsec, and for an area of the 90% credible region within 200 degrees square. So which means that this area, 90% credible region, is less than 200 degrees square. So imagine that this region is several dozen of degrees square to 102 degrees square, so you cannot point with one telescope something. So that's why we will pave the sky. So this is again in black my 90% credible area in contour, and we're gonna pave the sky. So we wide field of view. This is a field of view from a telescope. This is a field of view for another telescopes. All the telescopes, they don't have the same field of view, and we're gonna pave the sky with all our telescopes in GROMA. So for example, let's see TCR, which is from the Tarot collaboration. It will look at this region of the sky, so we just take a picture from this region here, and then another picture here, which means that for a gravitational alert we don't give only one pointing but several pointing. For example, several pointing for TCA, this one and this one. And for FRAM, so another telescope within GROMA, it will observe that region, that region, that region, so that we will cover all the sky map. So for the wide field of view, we are able to rapidly pave the sky map, the 90% credible region. But when you have smaller field of view, you cannot pave because it's gonna take a lot of time. That's why we give some interesting galaxy to observe. So here in red, I put in red in my picture. For example, giving pointing to SHAO, and this is what we call galaxy targeting compared to tiling. And so then we will fix on region on galaxy that are located at the distance given by the gravitational wave alert. So here, when we talk about like giving the observation plan to the telescopes team, is for example galaxy at a certain distance, and different pointing, which means that if I am in HHAO team and my friends from LEMAC, I won't receive the same plan with SHO and with LEMAC. So which means as a follow-up advocate you need to be vigilant, but because it's not like GRB or Kilonova, SHO team, this telescope will receive different targets, so not only 1, 2, 3, and LEMAC will receive another type of target. So when someone said to you, give me the list, you need to provide the corresponding list according to the telescopes. Okay? So now I would like to give a bit some lessons. So I think you got it. So we have one strategy which is styling, and the other one which is galaxy targeting. Or maybe it's like this because the mirror is not the same as me. Okay, so tiling and galaxy targeting. So once more, tiling and galaxy targeting. This is not the same strategy. So for the tiling, we have a few telescopes in Gwemopt, quite a number. So we have the Tahoe collaboration with TCH, TRO, and TCA. They come from Tahoe. One good news is that when the gravitational wave comes, and we are in the criteria that we saw last time, the plan is sent automatically. So as a follow-up advocate, you just need to check if in skyportal Tahoe is observing or there is something wrong. We have another group that is called FRAM. So I will write it so that you remember. So FRAM got two telescopes, Auger and CTA. Again, they're gonna observe automatically, so you don't need to do anything unless there is something wrong. For example, you don't see any tiling, any tiles, any pointing in skyportal, so you can come back Sergey. For this Tahoe, you can contact Alain Klotz, or me, so the PI of the Copiac. And then we have also access to other facilities. I won't talk about ZTF for the moment. Let's talk to OIG or CFHT. They are Wi-Fi's, they can do tiling. But we have only very few time. That's why if there is very interesting alert, discuss with the weekly coordinator. Maybe we will activate observation with OAG or observation with CFHT. CFHT is me, OAG is Antonio. So if your weekly coordinator thinks that it's very important to observe, then we will compute. In fact, the plan is already computed, but we will send this plan to OAG and CFHT telescopes. So I hope that you listen to me, because this is the tiling telescopes. Now about about the galaxy targeting. So there are many telescopes in Gwemopt that can do galaxy targeting. The narrow field of view, so below 1 degree square, that they will observe if the gravitational wave is below 200 degrees square. And so the list is a lot of telescopes. So the list is a lot of telescopes as LEMAC. And here, your job as follow-up advocate is really to make sure that the team, they have understood to point, because it's not automatic. They won't perform, most of them, they won't receive the alert and the telescope will point automatically. You need to make sure that they have received the list of targets, because remember, it's not one unique list of targets, it's several lists of targets. So you need to make sure that, for example, if you understood that you need to observe pointing 1 and 3, and for example, LEMAC pointing 2 and 4. So this is your job. So that's why we come back to your job, which is notify, and for the tiling is mostly to check if Tahoe and FRAM has starting the follow-up, or in case of interesting, notify Antonio and I to make some dedicated follow-up. For the galaxy targeting, here is more, you need to engage more, because you need to notify the team, make sure that they have understood that they will be, they have well received their plan. And now in the second part of this video, we're gonna see in skyportal and in Slack and in owncloud how to receive this plan. So alert. So remember, so let's look at this channel, gravitational alert. So remember, on lesson 1, you had this GW candidate coming. We try to understand all these parameters, And after a while, so you see the alert was received at 8:05 for my local time. And after a while, you will receive this message connected to, for example, 2301 11 CP. So 3 minutes, sometimes it's 10 minutes, okay? So don't worry, you need to really wait for. And this is tiling, so we talk about tiling. And here you can see that the telescopes for which the plan has been computed. So 20 fields, which means that we will give them 20 observations to do. And it corresponds to 40%, for example, for TCH of the credible region, 27% of the credible region, FSU Auger 12%, and TCA only 1%, and FSU only 5%. So if you make the sum of all the percentage that they contain the sources, in fact, you arrive to a probability area of 70% for a total of coverage of the sky of 487 degrees square. So this is quite good, and also because we can compute this. For example, I give an example about computation of the galaxy targeting. So we will also receive a message. So here I just put one telescope for the test, but you can also receive all the fields. So remember here at the center of each field there is the galaxy. Compared to here, there is nothing about galaxy. I think you got it. So now I will go to skyportal. So you can you will receive the alert in skyportal. Okay, so this is skyportal. Imagine that this is the event, and what you need to do is to go to social and say, so I receive, for example, the alert on Slack, plants produce for yada, and then you check like this is a comment. And then during the sieve you can say like TCA as observed, etc., to make sure that all the things that you have written previously in the logbook will be captured in skyportal. So now I go to I come back to this gravitational alert. So I go to our owncloud, so you need to have access to owncloud. I go, for example, to candidates, so now GW, this is 11 CP. Sorry, I am a bit ill. And we're gonna explore the different folder of owncloud, because you need to check that. So, for example, you have video event. So I will make maybe a video about it, but this is so preliminary one, because remember that we are at preliminary one here in my example. Sorry. So we are at preliminary run, and you can see in fact the message that were sent to the different telescopes automatically. So this is really for automatic telescopes. In this preliminary, you can see in fact the different pointing provided to the telescopes. So what is interesting is to go to gwemopt for you. I go to preliminary, so we have two type of plans. This is where we can see the plan. So I go to tiling, and again you have in fact the pointing given to the different telescopes. So here is TCH. It is called TCH, right? There is 20 fields. Oh yeah, because remember we said that we're gonna give 20 fields. And so this is the tile ID, so the tile within skyportal, the ranking 1, 2, 3. So sometimes the telescopes they will give you this number or this number. In skyportal, I think this is more this number. And then this is the coordinates given to a telescopes and the probability, so the ranking. So you see, the first one has more probability than the last one. And so if someone asks you the plan, here it is. It is in the name of the gravitational alert, gwemopt, the type of the alert and tiling. So if someone asks you the tile and there are different alerts, for example, we are already at the initial, you don't provide preliminary. You give the observation plan corresponding to the most updated skymap. Okay? So, I mean, it sounds reasonable. So, for the galaxy, for the other teams, for example, for the galaxy targeting, so here in LEMAC, again, you can give, if telescopes team doesn't know where is the plan, and to help them, you can give this coordinate. So, you need to observe that, then that, then that, etc., etc. So, this is the plan to give to the telescopes team. What you need to do, as always, is to go to observation, say hi, we have received an alert, and then, so hi, we have, hi, canal, we have received an alert, and then, you contact the team regarding if it is night or not. So to determine if it is night or not, so you look at this plan, you know, our map, and you can see that VIRT, OPD, TCH, FRAM, etc. they can observe right now. So you will first bother them because it is now this team, and it is important in skyportal in here to say I have contacted nanana teams, because for the next shifter he will contact the one when it is night time, you know. So we don't contact all the team when it is daytime. Remember, we contact them 2 hours before it is night time. So with skyportal, it will really help you to understand which team are doing night and daytime. Let me remember what I need to say to you. I think is done. So I just coming back here because in tilings, for example, there is plots. And there are interesting plots. So, for example, type coverage, ENT mock. You can see, in fact, the probability, the skymap, and you can see the different tilings, what it gives you. So, for example, you can see over time which one contributes regarding the pointing, and you can see that it's very joint. So, for example, here, Taro Réunion, you know, observe some time, where the other are observing something else. So you can check, for example, for your interest and to understand better the plan about these different plots that you have in owncloud, to understand better what it is going on. So in case that you're lost, you need to contact your coordinator. And this is it. So thank you to have listened to me, and I will make an exercise for you straight away. Thank you.